Focusing on Nigerian football again. Well, yes, I know we talked about the Nations Cup. We talked about the well, perhaps we'll predicate this on the Olympics as a springboard. Well, Solomon Ajuziogu joins us now, sports editor of City FM. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you, Chamberlain, for bringing me on your show.
Well, it's amazing. There are those who just wonder, well, what else do we expect from our sports? Except maybe someday where we'll wake up and see that we don't have any players anymore for any of the national teams. But the Falcons, Olympics, they're out. First time in a long time. And so, are we going to live with this effect or see a lot more of these kinds of effects because we have failed to do the right things? Or what?
A lot more of this.
Failure here and there?
Moving from gloom to gloom, bleak to bleak, except we go back to the basic things.
What are those?
First and foremost, you'll understand that the golden era of Nigerian football began in the late 80s. Most of the best players in Nigeria played in the local league. Then suddenly, there was this exodus, okay? The Western half era helped produce some of the best players this country has ever seen. Took us to the World Cup for the first time, won the Nations Cup the second time, almost got to the quarterfinal of the Nations Cup of the World Cup for the first time, because we had no business losing to Italy at the point we lost to Italy. Now, that generation of footballers, we just woke up one morning because certain of the players or the team had an altercation with one of the ministers, who probably must have said that over his dead body will some of the players continue featuring for Nigeria. Of course, it's a pity he's dead now. And woke up one morning in 2002 and threw away all the players. These are players who could have served Nigeria for, say, another 4-6 years. And then some people stood up in 2002 after the Mali Nations Cup, and just threw all of the players away without a testimonial.
We're not going to see something similar happening now, because we see some headlines already.
Yeah, something similar is happening. Now, if Samson Siasia retains his job, he has given an indication that Vincent Enyama, Osaze Odenwige, Joseph Yobo, and Mikel Obi might not be part of his team, because he says that they are the problem of the team.
Really?
Now that's a problem on its own, because when you do that, when you ship out the players, then there's a problem of continuity. These are some of the best players you have. These are some of the players playing at the highest level in their teams anywhere. Okay, so, and they are the senior players of the team. So where are the people who hold the tradition of the team to continue? But having said that, you need to understand that the rot in Nigerian football did not start just because of 2002. It started way back, I think, in the early 90s, very early 90s, where at some point, some people within the sports ministry came up and decided to cut away school sports. School sports.
So that contributed to development.
Yes, because when you go to athletics, most of the guys who ran for Nigeria were school products, secondary school products actually. Chidi Imo, Gabriel Okon, the Olakpade Adenikans, even the guys who played football for Nigeria were products of the school system. Even this Samson Siasia played for, is it a Cowboys club or something, and then he played for St. Finbar's College, then he played for Lutco, that's Lagos University Teaching Hospital. He played in Lutco, okay? Keshi, Henry Nwosu, Ikponwosa Omorege, Adeolu Adekola, Victor Ikpeba. These were all products of school sports. Okay, so suddenly some people in the ministry woke up and decided to, do away with some of these things. And so we have a situation where even the schools aren't producing. How many schoolboy internationals do you see playing for Nigeria today? It's difficult, not even at under 17 level. It's so difficult.
Why did they say that, since that is gone, perhaps they hope on the sports academy to help fill that gap? Does it work that way?
You see, the sports academy thing is a school thing. You don't run a sports academy in isolation with a school. Okay? When you go to the Ajax Football Academy in Holland, it's a school system. It's not everybody who attended the Ajax Academy that goes on to play football. It's a school where there's premium on football, all right. There's opportunity for you to play football. But it's not everybody who goes through that academy who eventually ends up playing football. But it's a school where you'll have the opportunity, if you've got the talent, you have the opportunity to, hone your skills and move on, okay, to play football. So the thing is, even if you are setting up academies, do you set up academies where people wake up in the morning, they play football, in the afternoon they play football, in the evening they play football? No, they have to go to school. You understand? And that's why you find out the football academy in Orile or Pepsi. You have the International Sports Academy in Wasimi. These are schools. These are schools where these children go to school, secondary schools, and then they also play football. Because it's not everybody who attends the school that will eventually play football. But you make sure that, okay, they get the basics, so that by the time they get to senior level, then you don't need to teach them how to knock the ball, or how to nod it, or how to pass it, or how to take a shot. You don't teach at that high level.
But how does these things work? When we hear such things as the coach of the, I don't know if it's former now, Falcons, Uche Kere, she didn't have a contract for the team, unlike the male counterpart who's got this contract, where was it $5 million a month? Where are we going with all of this?
If she had, it's a pity that's the way we treat our people. You wouldn't do that with a foreign coach. You wouldn't do that. Secondly, if she had declined to take the appointment, she probably would have been labeled a traitor, unpatriotic. Oh, Nigeria needed you, and you were given conditions. So she took it up. That was her mistake. She should have insisted on a contract. In any case, it also became difficult for her to insist on a contract when she couldn't qualify for the All Africa Games. It became a bit difficult.
Does it mean that she didn't have a contract too when they won the?
She never had one. She never
had contract?
One. She never had one.
And so why do we expect all of that? Winning here, there, when no contract? How do people get motivated to work like that?
It's a pity that we give half measures and we expect full measures in return. I remember during the days of Paul Hamilton, I was a little boy, but imagine then when Paul Hamilton, the local coach, Paul Hamilton, one of the best guys who have played for Nigeria at some point, Paul Hamilton was the coach of the national team. He was a staff of the sports ministry, so he was not a contract coach, as it were. And so he will be drafted in from the sports ministry to coach the Green Eagles then, before it became Super Eagles. And then he will request for a ball to play, to train the team, and he hardly gets even the ball. He says, okay, I need 10 balls. If there are 10 players in camp, I need 10 balls. Each of them must have a ball. And then the officials in the sports ministry or the NFA then will say, what does he need 10 balls for? Are they going to play 10 balls at the same time? But the Westerhoff comes in and he invites 50 players and he has 50 balls. Because each player must have a ball to play with. But when Paul Hamilton was the coach in Nigeria, he couldn't. To even get a ball, the ball will probably be a ball that is deflated. They have to go to the roadside to get it inflated so that they could play. It was difficult to move the players from wherever they were to the training field. Paul Hamilton had to use his own personal bus, personal car, to move the players. Sometimes it took the captain of the team, Henry Mosu, to even mobilize his mates to go to the field. That is how bad it is. I think that we are paying a lot of attention to the tournaments and not to development. And that's where the problem is. Because when you have competitions, when you have to honor competitions, it's an opportunity to travel. It's an opportunity to earn ESTA codes. So, competition is coming. The Nations Cup is January 2012, so we give appropriation for the Nations Cup. Nobody is talking about the schools. Nobody is talking about, using sports as a cross-cultural, or cross-factor.
Why is it that they are afraid to highlight that, or for what they will miss if they don't go for some of these national competitions focusing on development?
Now, the thing about development is development is not a short-term thing. It's not something you get the result in the immediate.
Yeah.
When Pepsi Football Academy started in 1992, At some point, Coach Kashima Olaloko said, the goal of this academy is by the year 2000, to produce at least 1 or 2 players in the Nigerian Super Eagles. And I must say that that academy has fulfilled that objective. They have produced several players. Osaze Odemwingie played in the Pepsi Academy. Mikel will be played in that same academy. Isaac Promise played in that academy. Lots and lots of players have been churned out by this academy. Now you have to put in place a long-term plan to produce, so you don't even get the result immediately. And you know the amazing thing is that you're sinking a lot of money into it, and the benefits are deferred. Now we have a problem. It's not just in sports. Within the Nigerian economy, within the Nigerian system, everybody appears to be a money doubler. You put in the money today, you want the result in 6 months. Nobody builds an economy. You do not build a structure on immediate gratification.
But these examples are not far away. We've seen African countries, even West African countries, shop themselves to international football and develop locally. And now they seem to be getting other results. Why are we afraid to do that?
The problem is we don't want to plan. People want to make money, and the easy way to make money is to focus on the competitions. When it's time for competition, we appropriate the money. People collect the ESTA codes, and then that's all. We share the money, and it's gone. It doesn't matter if we have to go and get them from India, from Singapore, from Malaysia, countries that don't know anything about, who are not very close to football. Even if that's where they're playing, go get them. Let's go prosecute it. Even if we don't go very far, the people who will get their monies will get their monies. So that's the point. The thing about the female national team at the moment also is that, look, we have dominated Africa for very long. We have set the pace for the other people. Whereas we've been beating them, as it were, they've been stepping up. And the fact that we have dominated probably made us think that we were making progress. But at the point we had become static, while the others were catching up. Okay, the Cameroonians have caught up with us, the Ghanaians have caught up with us. The results, the pattern of the results over the years has shown how much improvement the South Africans, the Ghanaians and the Cameroonians have had in football. Not to take away the fact that many of the Cameroonian players also come to Nigeria to play. Okay,
and so we also expose how much we refuse to do anything.
We're not doing anything. We're not doing anything. Let's face it, we're really not doing anything. When Shuaibu Amadu once said that, look, the quality of the players we have is not what we've always had, and we place so much expectation on the players. Say no. Now, the problem is, as a coach, what makes you a good coach? What makes you a good coach is that you look at the team. You look at, okay, this is the strength, this is the capability of each player. So you deploy your formation and tactics based on the players you have. If you are at the club level, what you probably do is, okay, these players don't meet up. Okay, let's buy. If we have the money, let's buy. But at the national team, you don't buy. You won't buy players. You make do with what you have. So you deploy your tactics and your formation based on the players you have.